Hi, welcome to the second edition. This is like part two or episode two. We now call the Ineffable podcast. It's a podcast about literally anything. We talk about anything that happens in our day-to-day lives.
True.
As we go about Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, through up to Sunday.
Yeah.
And I think we'll be dropping episodes each week.
Yeah.
If things go well,
Yes.
it will be each week.
They will.
And as usual, I have
Rowena.
yes, I was looking for a way to introduce her, but she quickly said it.
Yeah, Rowena. Remember in the last episode we didn't have a name?
Okay.
Yeah, so we've come back with a name, Ineffable.
And she's good with English. So of course, Ineffable stands for something you cannot describe, something you cannot measure, I believe, something that is almost nameless but very great.
Mm-hmm.
And you fail to find the right words to describe its greatness, its effect on you. So that's what we are right now. And today, last time we were talking about something. I don't want to get back into it, but today let's talk about.
Relationships.
Everyone talks about relationships, but do they really get deeper into relationships? So today we want to get into relationships.
Yes.
Yes.
Since we are here with the experts.
She calls me the expert, but I don't know if I'm the expert. But hey, let me just try.
Yes.
Because now I'm doing it on live, visually. It's not like over the radio.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, maybe. But there's something that has been troubling me, I would say. Besties.
Okay.
This age comes with besties. Back in the day, there were no besties, but this age comes with besties. Who's a bestie?
Oh my God, bestie.
Like, I'm not throwing a question to you, but I'm like, according to you, who's a bestie? Before I get into what I think a bestie is.
Okay, I'll also give my views about what I think a bestie is. I think a bestie is someone you can confide in, someone you're free with. Yes, someone you're free with, someone, there is, I don't want to call it compatibility, but someone you're in sync with.
Okay.
That you don't actually, there's that friend you have that when you see something, you don't need to tell them. You just have to look at them and,
Actions.
Yes. Yes, to me, I think that's what a bestie is. Yes, the person you laugh with, the person you feel comfortable around. Yeah, I think that's the plain meaning of bestie.
Should a bestie be same sex or even the other sex works?
Not really. You just have to have boundaries and principles. And
So bestie works with boundaries and principles.
when it comes to a different sex, because it is really hard to. Remember when you have that bestie, you always spend time together, alone, the two of you.
Really? Can you have a bestie when all of you have actually mutual friends and you spend all the time with other people but
Yes.
still call them your bestie? Should it be the alone time?
At some point you'll get alone time, trust me. Because you feel
But-
you prefer their company.
No, then I feel like if you are saying that besties sometimes get into their alone time, it feels like maybe they've gotten into that place of I like the other person.
In a different way.
Yes. Because that feeling only comes around when you are starting to like someone in a different way. That is when you want to see them alone.
Maybe. Okay, now.
What is there to discuss? Besties alone together?
Okay, let me
If
take
it's
it.
like me, you,
Mhm.
boy, girl, alone together, besties, what is there to talk about?
Let me turn it the other way around. Let's say you have a same-sex bestie. Yes. Do you know that even if you have mutual friends, you really want to spend that you want to spend time with that person alone, because you wouldn't mind going to his place and you chill. You get? You could even cancel your plans for the weekend. You were going out with your friends and then you call each other like, you know what, I think I'm really tired. He tells you he's tired, but because you're really connected to that person, or you really like him as a friend.
You as a girl.
No.
You like this guy.
No, I changed it and said, let's say it's the same sex.
Yeah, I
have a female bestie. So whenever we have plans for the weekend as a group of friends, since we have the same mutual friends, we decide to cancel. Or she tells me, you know what, this weekend I'm so tired. I don't really think I'll hang out with you guys. And then also you find an excuse and be like, you know what, instead of going with these guys, let me come to your place and be chill.
Okay.
Yeah, so you feel you prefer her company to the other groups. You'd rather be alone with her. You wouldn't mind.
That way is okay because your girl, she's a girl, and this is very understandable.
So it can also apply when it's different sex.
And you come to my place and chill.
Yeah.
And things just be there chilling also. We just chill.
Yes, that's why I talked
about... No
about...
strings attached.
Yes, that's why I talked about principles and boundaries.
You know, the funniest thing about relationships and friendships and situationships is that there's always someone who starts liking the other.
Yeah, true.
And if they don't get what they want, they start acting up.
Yeah, that's true.
They start acting up, so...
Yeah, okay, it's hard to have like a male bestie as a girl. It's hard because guys tend to catch feelings.
You guys don't catch feelings?
We take long. I know, we take long. We don't just catch feelings, just like that. Just like
That's a lie.
As far as I'm concerned.
That's a lie.
We don't just
females
catch
feelings too.
Okay, maybe we
the
do,
only
but
thing,
we know
the only
how to
difference
control.
between me as a man and a woman is that a woman will keep it to herself for the longest time.
Yes.
I don't know if it hurts them or they feel good about just having those feelings well hidden and kept, and
it hurts.
And when it comes to us, we always say it. Okay, I say it and you refuse and you kick me out and I'm love alone for a moment, but
will you stay friends?
Okay, if it depends on how level of maturity, I would say, because when it comes to relationship, expect the good and the bad at the same time.
Yeah.
Because if I'm rejected, I'll have to sit down and think about, okay, it's going to hurt me in the beginning, but I have to first think about it, whether it was the right time for me, whether it wasn't the right time for them. There's so many things to consider. So when you sit down and process all this through, then you come up with, you don't just wake up in the morning and get mad at someone. What if they were not good for you? Because you have to also consider all that stuff. What if they were not good for me? Where would we be 2 years or a year from now? Do we have the same, all that stuff?
Then that person has actually your friend. Okay, there's that awkwardness that comes. There's even that distance that comes with it when you express your feelings.
To someone?
Yes, to that friend of yours. But then, why would you get mad? Then that means from the get-go, you didn't want to be just a friend.
You see, the whole bestie concept, why am I getting into it now with you? Because it's something I won't say weird or awkward, but I think it always comes with something underlying, It's more like someone is hiding their feelings. And this is like an easy way to get to this person because you get to spend time with them, you get to know them little by little. At the back of your mind, you have this idea that maybe later on they'll like me. That's why, to me, the whole bestie thing doesn't really make sense to me for someone to wake up in and call a girl if you're a guy and you say that she's my bestie, and I'm like, be a man. Just tell her how you feel than lying up, going around in circles. She's my bestie, something like that. That's what I'm thinking. So to me, the whole bestie thing.
People are just spoiled.
And of late, the whole bestie thing has become another type of relationship.
Exactly, yes.
There's a situationship, there's a relationship, the one we know.
Yeah.
And there's also that bestie thing. When people say she's my bestie or my bestie,
people start like, okay.
Question marks.
Now let me tell you, there are people who are honest besties and they don't have those strings
Have
attached.
you bumped into them in a long time, and to this day you've witnessed that bestie relationship progressing and not going into the other direction, and they're still besties, and this guy can even sit back and watch her getting married?
Yeah.
Those things.
Yes, I have.
The problem is, most of the time, the more time you spend with someone, the more you get to like them. There's something the whole bestie thing can only work if we are both in relationships. That is the whole boundary thing.
No.
If I'm in a relationship, trust me, I'm going to have this whole thing at the back of my mind that, you know what, I'm crossing that line.
Yes, that is if you.
If you're in a relationship, you'll be like, no, I'm crossing that line.
If you respect your partner, yes. But trust me, people are complaining about besties because their wives or their girlfriends have strings attached with these besties. They wouldn't be complaining about besties. It would be okay to have a bestie. If you're in a relationship, I have my male bestie, I'm in a relationship. It's all about respecting and having your boundaries as a person in a relationship. You respect your partner. I have this bestie of mine.
What? Okay.
And
Let me ask for, on behalf of a guy who has just started falling in love, or he has been around love, but first time being in like a real relationship. What's this type of respect? How do you get to respect your partner? By not?
I'm not cheating. First of all.
I won't get into cheating. I won't get into cheating because
cheating.
it's a whole different thing that I want to get deeper into. But then, the whole respect thing.
Respecting her boundaries. If one time your partner tells you about your bestie, if they say, I'm not really comfortable about you and your best friend, you need to keep a distance from that friend. A relationship, okay, I don't want to talk about marriage because I've never been in that field. But
what's the difference between the two? But let's not get there. Let's keep it with the besties.
Yeah, besties. Yeah, so if you want that relationship to work, you'll have to listen to your girlfriend or your boyfriend when he tells you, I'm not comfortable when you're not comfortable with your friend. I'm not saying cut them off, but have boundaries. You're not going to call me at 3 in the morning
because you're a bestie.
Because you are a bestie. I'm married literally. Or I have a boyfriend.
Okay.
That will start, of course, raising questions.
I'm going to be very, very, very. The word has gone out of my head. But I'm one of the people who do not agree with the whole idea that calling someone late in the night is disrespect.
It's not an emergency. Why are you calling me?
If you are calling me to check on me for 5 minutes, 3 minutes, it's okay.
At 3
we are friends. Yes, no. I'm chilling here in my room, and I was just here and I thought about this thing and I wanted to share it with you.
Can't it wait?
Why would it wait? Because I like creatives, or if I were creative and this idea ran through my head and I want to talk to you about it, I get the phone, I dial it, and I tell you, you know what? I'm thinking, how about we do a podcast? And you should be on the other side.
I'll tell you one thing.
Yes,
even if your partner is very understanding, that will raise a lot of questions. Trust me.
What's with late night calls? What's with late night calls?
Yeah. Personally, I don't like late night calls. Why are you calling me at 3 in the morning? You thought of something. Text me on WhatsApp, I'll find it there.
It's the same thing. It's communication. Me calling and sending a text message is the same as me calling Steve.
Okay, yeah, but seriously.
Because someone still will see you sneaking around with a phone trying to read a message.
Don't read it, Banang, don't.
So if I'm your friend and I have an emergency and I call you at 3 in the morning and you're the only person who can help me, would you pick up or you wouldn't pick up?
That's different.
Your man is sitting right there.
You can't really know when it's an emergency.
The jealous type, and I'm calling you to save my ass.
Yeah. So yeah, well, it's different. If you don't call me on a regular every night, I would pick up. Yes, okay. I would pick up. But if you're this type who calls, I'll be like, he wants to put me in trouble now.
But your husband should be understanding, your boyfriend should be understanding that you also have a life of your own.
Yes,
and
I
have
do.
Friends.
Yes, I do, but
as long as they are not besties.
Harris, when you're in a relationship, let's be real. When you're in a relationship, there are things, it's not even about boundaries, it's the reality. It's the reality, Harris. Let's face the reality. If you're in a relationship, there are things you ought to put aside. Late night calls from your bestie, even if it's a girl and she calls me, my friend, at night, I would pick up for a few times, but I'll reach upon and be like, this is too much now. I'm married. Why are you calling me at 3 in the morning? We're no longer girls and we're not kids anymore. You get? There is that level you reach, and if you don't want to do that, don't get in a relationship. Seriously. If you cannot control your bestie, don't get into a relationship. Simple.
Well, there you have it. If you can't control your bestie, don't be in a relationship. Rowena and Harris, till next week.